something and you want to come to a different understanding.
Well, that's not necessarily what interpret means. Like interpret is just going to be reading
But it's
something.
pretty damn close, right?
No, interpret is just going to be taking meaning from words. So like or anything really. You can interpret like art or anything like that. So it's taking meaning from something. So if words have meaning, you take meaning from it. If, art has meaning, you take meaning from it. It just means to take meaning from something.
Let's see here. I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, for sure. Usually it's said like explain the meaning of like this. You'll get the general definition. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Explain the meaning of, let's see, translate orally or into sign language um, the words of a person speaking a different language.
hmm
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, to interpret a different language. Okay. Explain the meaning of. Okay, so, I mean, do you feel like you have a different understanding of what these words mean?
the Bible.
Yeah, sure.
I think most Christians have a general understanding of what the Bible means on just a basic interpretive level. That's why we have like,
So is everybody else that's not Christian just dumb?
well, no, I mean, people can interpret things for different reasons. Like you would agree that some people have bias, so that's why they interpret stuff some way, and other people have different biases, so they interpret it a
As
different
long
way.
as we have a common understanding of what these words mean, I don't think
hmm
we have to interpret.
Well, interpret just means to take a meaning from something. So, like that can be words or actions or information.
Okay, but that's assuming I don't understand what these words mean.
Well, that's what interpreting means. It means to understand something. So you actually have when you
I
like
mean, I understand, but I already understand it.
well, so your interpretation is already just
I
true.
mean, I know how to read. I know how to read,
hmm
and the only way you and I can communicate right now
Yep.
is if we have a common understanding of words.
Well, no, I'm interpreting your words right now. That's what I'm doing. I'm still interpreting it.
No, I mean, but I mean, I would assume that you and I understand what each other are saying, right?
Yeah, because you're interpreting what I'm saying
I mean,
because you're hearing
well,
sounds from my mouth and you're interpreting them into words and meaning, and then I'm doing the same for you.
yeah, but we have a common understanding on what these words mean.
Yeah, because we have grown up to interpret them similarly, right?
No, we grew up and we learned what these words mean.
Well, okay, so do words have objective like ontological meaning then?
I mean, I think definitions are probably subjective, I mean, but for the most part, most words have stayed the same, I mean, throughout time. I
Yeah.
think so. I think a lot of words probably have changed, with, society.
Yeah, for sure. And
But I
so
think for the most part, most words have stayed the same.
yeah, for sure. So like you can take any word, right? And you can apply a different meaning to it. So like if I teach a toddler that the word bacon just means like crayon or something, right? They're going to grow up calling crayons bacon because that's what I told them that it means. Now you and me would know that the word bacon is referring to a type of food. But if this child all they knew was bacon as interpreted as a crayon, they would just call crayons bacon. It's the same thing.
Okay, okay. Well, that's kind of ridiculous, because we've been talking this entire time.
Uh-huh.
Even if I didn't have a screen, right, and you couldn't see my mouth, I mean, kind of like an old school phone, right,
Okay.
where we
Well,
were just talking through the landline, and
interpretation just
the
means
only way that the only way we can communicate and talk for any amount of time is the fact that we have this common understanding of what these words mean.
okay, great. So all I'm saying is the definition of interpret is to explain the meaning of information,
Yeah,
words,
but
or actions.
I don't need you to explain to me what words mean.
I'm not
Okay, I mean,
explaining.
maybe I didn't know the definition of interpret, but I think my explanation pretty much hit it on the head.
Okay,
It was almost the same.
then let's just use the term general understanding. So are you asking like, do you get the Trinity from a general understanding of Scripture? I would say yes, I do.
Okay, I mean Jesus is God, but God is God all by himself, right? And
Well,
then what? He's also the Holy Spirit. Is that how it works?
three persons, one nature.
Three persons, one nature.
hmm
Okay, so I mean, but when God tells you in the Old Testament that He doesn't change, Why
Yeah.
therefore would he do something else?
Well, he's always been three persons, one nature, so he didn't change.
No. I mean, he's God alone.
Yeah, one nature alone with three distinct persons.
Yeah, that sounds like something that you want to do. Christians like that, because it fits their
It's just what
their
the Bible
their,
says,
their
bro.
dogma. Well, I mean, what are you talking about? Where is the Trinity talked about in the Bible?
Yeah.
I want you to pull up the verse. Pull up the verse.
Yeah, for sure. I'll pull it up over. I got you. Do you want like a specific testament or like book or what?
I mean, I just want something that is explaining what you're talking about.
Okay, sure.
Because if you're talking about the verse where Jesus says, that him and God are one, that's the similar to, the fact that I came from my father. Me and my father are one, but I'm not my dad. So
Okay,
I mean, the fact that I came from my dad doesn't make me my dad.
for sure. So we can go to Matthew 28:19. Are you familiar with that?
Just read it, please. Thank you.
Yeah. Uh, Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit.
Okay. But that's also in the New Testament, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, why is the New Testament changing what God said in the first place?
I can pull you an example from the Old Testament too. That's why I asked your preference.
Yeah, do it.
Awesome. There's actually one I can show you an example in the Old Testament that refers to the New as well. So, for instance,
Sure.
let's go to Exodus 3:14. Are you familiar with that?
Just read the verses.
All right,
If I want, I can look it up on my computer.
wonderful. So it says, God said to Moses, I am who I am. He said further, thus you shall say to the Israelites, I am has sent me to you. So what's happening here in the context is Moses is asking God or Yahweh his name. So like, what is your name? What should I call you when you send me out to the Israelites? And God says, I am who I am. You shall call me I am. My name is Yahweh. That's what he says. So
Okay.
if we go from
So
there,
how is that speaking about a Trinity?
okay, yeah, that's what I was going to give you the example. So if we go to the New Testament now, go to John 8:58.
No, you said that you said the Exodus was talking about the Trinity.
Yeah, I know it's going to be talking about it in reference to the New Testament as well.
Yeah, but you can't do that. You can't jump around.
I mean,
You
I
said
can just go. I can
Exodus
go to a
said
straight
that.
Old Testament passage if that's what you want, like an only Old Testament passage.
Yeah, I want
Okay.
one verse that says something to do with the Trinity.
Okay. Perfect. Something to do with the Trinity. I got you. Okay.
Because I can tell somebody that I am, and then I can say my name. It doesn't mean anything.
I wasn't referring to the I am verse, but whatever.
Well, yeah, but you said that this verse talks about the Trinity.
It does actually, but anyways, yeah, because the person is
Well,
well,
yeah,
who?
but
Well, like,
no, like literally nobody in the comments.
okay, well,
Said that made any sense.
that's just okay. That's a fallacy. But anyways, we'll go to
It's not.
Sodom and
It's
Gomorrah.
not
Are you
a
familiar?
fallacy because at no point did you bring up the Trinity.
No, I'm saying you hearkening to the comments is a fallacy. But regardless of that, we can go to. Have you familiar with the
Uh,
story of Sodom and Gomorrah?
How is that a fallacy? Explain that.
You're saying everyone in the comments doesn't agree with you, and that's just
Yeah, because
okay.
I'm looking at the
What does that
comments,
do for your argument?
seeing if I can find anything copacetic with what you're saying,
Because
and
the
like
comments
literally
could be
nobody.
biased, or because that's just going to be like similar to a bandwagon fallacy.
There's quite a few Christians in the comments. There's quite a few.
Okay, but it's still going to be a bandwagon fallacy because you don't know the internal side of all these Christians or non-Christians in the comments. But anyways, can we go to actual Old Testament passage?
Yeah, there we go with the no true Scotsman fallacy, right?
Okay. Let's go to Genesis 19, and we're going to read
All right, just read it.
23. The sun had risen on the earth when Lot came to Zor. Then Yahweh rained on Sodom and Gomorrah sulfur and fire from Yahweh out of heaven. So what's happening in verse 24 is what it says is Yahweh is sending sulfur out of fire from Yahweh. So you have one being or person that is identified as Yahweh and interacting with another person also identified as Yahweh.
Have you never? Okay, has there ever been a point in your life where you've spoken about yourself in third person?
Yes, but I haven't spoken myself as two different persons.
But that's what third person is. I mean, you're
No,
talking outside of yourself about yourself.
no, I don't talk about myself as if I am a different person interacting with myself.
That's what third person is.
No, third person is me explaining me doing something, so the same person doing the same thing. This is describing two different people doing two different things.
All right, read it one more time because I'm trying to see where it's talking about two different people or
Yep.
two different deities.
Then Yahweh rained on Sodom and Gomorrah sulfur and fire from Yahweh out of heaven.
Okay, he's talking about himself.
I agree. In
I
reference
mean,
to the name.
unless you're claiming that Jesus is also God.
Well, if you want to go to Jesus is also God, I'm gonna have to show you the New Testament because the name Jesus isn't in the Old Testament.
No, I mean because this makes no sense, man. I mean Jesus refers to God as his Father,
Yes,
and he has to
he is
ask
his father.
for permission to even do things.
Yet well, he doesn't ask permission as in a subordination sense when it comes to like his nature. He asks for. He says, "I only do what my father does because they are one in purpose." That's why he does that.
No, I mean, what are you talking about, man?
Do you have a
I
verse or
mean,
reference
what
that
are
you want to
you
show me?
even talking about? I mean, you're talking out the back of your head. This
I'm
makes no sense.
I'm just giving you what the Bible says, but you haven't given me any scripture that says otherwise.
I mean, I understand. I mean, words mean words, but you're trying to plant seeds and it doesn't go.
Okay, what does it mean when God says we should
Yahweh is
create?
talking about himself.
Okay, so what does it mean in the Old Testament when Yahweh said? And by the way, the verse I reference is not just my own personal opinion. Multiple Old Testament scholars, even secular scholars, would admit that this is talking kind of as a, you know, even like secular scholars who I would disagree with say this is referring to something henotheistic, so multiple gods. But this isn't referring to Yahweh as himself. I would disagree with the scholarship when it comes to the very specifics, but even scholarship admits.
There's either one Yahweh or there's more Yahwehs.
Uh,
Is
well,
Jesus also Yahweh or is it
well,
Jesus?
according to the Shema of Israel and Deuteronomy, O Israel, the Lord your God, the Lord is one. So there's only one Yahweh.
Okay, so then therefore he's talking about himself.
No, because there's two different persons here.
There's not two people.
There
I
are.
mean, he's talking about Yahweh.
He is
I mean, I
interacting
mean,
with another
if
person.
he brings up Yahweh, I mean, so there's more than one Yahweh.
Okay, who's sending sulfur and fire onto Sodom?
But you're claiming that he's talking about another Yahweh.
No, I'm asking you a question. Who is he sending sulfur and fire from?
You said that he's talking about two different Yahwehs.
No, I said scholarship. I said specifically said secular scholarship sometimes refers to this as
Well,
being
then why don't you give me the
henotheistic.
names? Give me the names.
I have it in my notes. I could probably pull it up for you.
All right. Yeah.
It's called
Cite your sources,
henotheistic. Do you
please.
know what henotheistic means?
Cite your sources. I have my computer ready. I'm ready to type these names in. I
Okay.
want to see the sources that believe in the thing that you're talking about. Okay. So I mean, let's not go off on different tangents.
I've given
I
you all
want
my
the
sources so
sources so I
far,
can
so
type them in.
yeah, 100%.
I just want the sources. That's all I want. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I got you. Pull it right here. All right. Let me see here.
Everybody tap the screen, please. Everybody tap the screen. Share the live with everybody you know. Repost the live. Also, we have live goals sitting on top of the screen. If you can get those, that would be fantastic, and I would appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. So you have scholars like Mark S. Smith. So Mark S. Smith, just to give you some context, he's a Hebrew Bible and ancient Near Eastern religion scholar. He gets his. You can look it up on your computer if you want all the information. He gets his degree from Princeton Theological Seminary. Um,
Okay, that's fine. I mean, I can look all that stuff up myself. Okay. I mean, I want to
wonderful.
see the part where he's agreeing with you.
Yeah. So it's in his work. I have it right here. Um, the early history of God, the Ugartitic Ball Cycle, the origins of biblical monotheism. That's the book. You can look it up.
And is this a biased source or non-biased?
Um, like his personal like beliefs and stuff.
Because you said there were secular
There are,
scholars
yeah,
that
100%.
agree with you. Okay, so I want their names. I mean, I don't want people that agree with you
So you just want okay.
because obviously, I
All
mean,
right.
it's gonna
So you don't
fit.
care. You don't actually care about
Obviously,
the
it's
word.
gonna
You just
fall
care
in
about
line, right?
the secular guys bashing.
I mean, yeah, I want to see if some secular
Okay,
people
I
agree
got
with
you.
you.
I got you. Well,
I
and then
mean, you
by the way,
claimed that there
I
was.
said specifically I don't agree with these. I was trying to show you that was my whole point. I don't agree with these scholars on certain aspects.
You said there were secular scholars that agree with you.
I said that there are secular scholars that disagree with your take. I don't necessarily agree with them.
Are there scholars that agree with that last verse?
With my take,
Yes.
yeah, there are 100%.
Okay. Are there
I can pull
secular
you those ones
scholars?
too. I don't actually know about that one specifically. I know that there are secular scholars that
Okay.
confirm.
Because obviously believers, well, Christians are gonna pretty much fall in line with you. Okay, so
No,
that's called a
that's an
biased
assumption. That's
source.
also
It's
a
a biased
fallacy.
source. I mean, but it's true.
No, it's a fallacy. It's not true. It's by definition not true just because it's a fallacy.
Yeah, I mean, you really love that word fallacy, don't you?
Well, it's really helpful when people make bad arguments.
Yeah, I mean, well, you also claim that these Christians in the comments, probably aren't Christians. So,
I didn't say that. I said they could be. You're misquoting me too. That's crazy.
but their interpretation is going to be different. You said.
I said it could be. My goodness. So, like, do you have like an actual contention against this? Because like I haven't heard any like contention or source from you.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, if there's more than one Yahweh, then I guess, I mean, then we could talk about it.
Okay. So, what if I showed you a character or person in the Old Testament who is given the title Yahweh?
A character or a person. Okay, sure, sure.
Yep. Okay. So we're going back to Exodus 3:14 then. Let's do that. Not we're
You
not
said
going back.
Exodus 3:14.
Yeah, and we won't go back to the New Testament. We'll stay in the Old Testament this time for you.
Well, I know that's where Exodus is.
All right. So we've already gone to Exodus 14 where it says God said to Moses, I am who I am. He said further, thus you shall say to the Israelites, I am has sent me to you. Yahweh also said to Moses, thus you shall say to the Israelites, Yahweh, the God of your ancestors, the God of Abraham, God of Isaac, God of Jacob, has sent me to you. All right, so we've established the person in the burning bush speaking to Moses is Yahweh, correct?
Okay, I'm reading the verse right now.
Okay, perfect. Just take your time.
All right, so I want you to read it one more time so I can follow along.
All right, and I'm reading from the NRSV, New Revised Standard Version. It's the version that most scholars use. So if you're reading a different version, it might sound a tad bit different. But
Well, I mean, I think most of them nowadays are doing the UE, right?
some of them are crazy, dude. Like NIV, bro. Come on, that's a crazy one. But regardless of that,
No, I didn't say the NIV.
mhm.
The NRSV UE.
Oh, UE. Maybe I use the NRSV typically because it's like the most standard one. But they have like updated versions all the time. Um,
Yeah.
anyways, God said to Moses, I am who I am. He said further, thus you shall say to the Israelites, I am has sent me to you. Yahweh also said to Moses, thus you shall say to the Israelites, Yahweh, the God of your ancestors, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob,
Well, I mean,
has sent me
okay,
to you.
so it's more than so you're reading more than one verse. I mean, you said 3:14.
Uh,
I mean, I don't have a problem
3:14,
with it, but
and no, this is 3:14 and 15. That's fine, yeah. It's one verse more.
all right, all right. Give me 1 second.
I got you.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so we established here in this verse that is Yahweh or God speaking to Moses.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's who. That's who. I mean, God spoke to Moses. Yeah, I mean, that's common knowledge.
Okay, great, wonderful. So if we go back a little bit into the context, Exodus 3:2, can you read it for me?
3:42.
No, 3:2.
I mean, come on, man. I mean, I asked you. You said 3:14 through 15, right?
Yeah, and then if we go to the context, we can see what I mean. It's just a couple
All right.
verses
Well,
up,
why don't you
verse
just
2.
read it?
All right, great.
Yeah,
Verse
why don't
2.
you just
I'll
read
read
it?
it for you. There, the
All right.
angel of the Lord appeared to him in a flame of fire out of a bush. He looked, and the
Mm-hmm.
bush was blazing, yet it was not consumed. So who's in the bush?
The angel of the Lord, I guess. I mean, there's many angels, right?
Who's talking to Moses in the bush according to Exodus 3:14 and 15?
14 and 15. You said.
Yep, one we just read before. Who's talking to Moses in the bush?
It looks like God to me.
Wait, but I thought the angel of the Lord was in the bush.
I mean, isn't it the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob, and
Yeah, it
or the
is.
God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob?
Yeah, but I thought it was. But it's also saying that the angel of the Lord was the one speaking to Moses in the bush.
Okay, but I mean, okay, an angel. I mean, I don't know. I mean, but when Yahweh is talking about Himself, He's speaking about Himself. I mean, I'm sure He can employ angels.
No, but the angel is the one talking to Moses, and the angel is the one saying, "My name is Yahweh."
That's not what I say.
So when Moses asks for God's name, and God says, "You shall call me Yahweh," he's not telling him he's Yahweh.
That's not what I say. I mean, I'm reading it like right here in front of me. I mean, but
So
obviously you're convinced. But I mean, Jesus is not in the Old Testament.
okay, so when God is in the bush, because you already affirmed that God is speaking to Moses in the bush, and he says, "You shall call me Yahweh," but the same person that is speaking to Moses in the bush is identified as the angel of the Lord. Isn't the angel of the
The
Lord being identified
angel
with
of the
Yahweh?
Lord. The angel of the
Yeah, the
Lord,
angel
right?
of Yahweh is being
So
identified
it's
with
one of
Yahweh.
one of his. So I mean, it's just an angel.
Okay, what? My goodness, what?
I mean, the angel of the Lord. It's not the angel of the Lord. The
Okay,
angel
that's my
of the
whole
Lord.
point. This person, the angel of the Lord, is being identified with
I
Yahweh
mean, okay,
himself.
honestly, listen, man, listen. God can animate anything He wants, but the thing that He animates is not Himself.
Okay, can God come in the form of me and say, "Look, me right here, I'm Yahweh."
Well, apparently, from your theology, God is in all things at all times.
In all things at all times?
Yeah, I mean that's what I hear.
Yeah, he's omnipresent. He's able to be in all things at all times.
I mean, but if He's in me, it doesn't make me God.
Yeah, do you understand the actual Christian theology? Because it's not going to be like everything is God in the same way that like Buddhists or like other religions would teach.
Uh, No, trust me, I understand, man.
Okay, well, what is
That's
it then?
why you guys have a big problem.
How is it a
I
problem?
mean, nobody aligns with y'all. You guys are doing your own thing.
Okay, you're kind of shifting the goalpost. Can we go back to the verse?
All right, Exodus 3:14 through 15.
Yep. So when it says when God,
Sure.
I don't, I mean, I don't know how else to say it. When God says to Moses, "I am who I am," He said further, "Thus you shall say to the Israelites, I am sent me to you." God also said to Moses, "Then you shall say to the Israelites, Yahweh, the God of your ancestors, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, has sent me to you." So God is speaking from the bush, saying, "Look, I am Yahweh." But the angel of the Lord is actually the one speaking in this context. So the angel of the Lord is calling himself Yahweh.
Well, I mean, but God can animate anybody He wants, right?
Oh gosh, he's not going to animate me and say I myself am Yahweh, because he's going to separate his creation from the creator.
maybe that's the only way that he can speak, right?
No, it's not the only way he can speak in the Bible.
But anyways, even if he's animating, a human,
He's not
that's
animating
not
a
he's
human.
that human is not God. Or the angel is
Okay.
not God.
Let me pull up another passage for you in reference to the angel of the Lord so you can kind of get a better idea of this.
Sure. Okay, hold on. I mean, I just read it again. I pulled
Yeah.
up the NRSV UE. Okay,
Mhm.
and I'm going over it multiple times,
Yeah.
and it doesn't fit what you're saying. Does not fit.
How?
I mean, here, just give me 1 second. Okay, I'm gonna read it.
Yep.
All right. This is the NRSV UE. Okay,
Mhm.
this is the one that most people hold to be the most up to date edition. That's why it's the UE, right?
Yeah, I'll double check it too.
Um,
I got you.
Sure. It says, God said to Moses, I am who I am.
Mhm.
He said further, thus you shall say to the Israelites, I am has sent me to you.
Mhm.
He's telling Moses to say this. Then God also said to Moses,
Mhm.
thus you shall say to the Israelites, the Lord, the
Mhm.
God of your ancestors, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob has sent me to you.
Yep.
He's telling Moses to say this.
Yeah. That's the whole point.
Man, you fucking lied, dude. You're
What?
full of shit.
I'm not lying.
I mean, I just read it for myself.
I literally said, okay, do you know the context?
You-
Moses is asking, okay,
Okay,
the
but
context is
he's not saying that there's nothing else is Yahweh.
no,
Nothing.
no, that's not what I'm saying. Listen, Moses is
No,
specifically on.
you're full of shit, dude. You're full of shit.
If you don't want to hear my argument, you can just like drop me.
I read it for myself. I was trusting you.
I
I
was
wasn't even
reading it
reading it.
for
I was
you. I
just
let you.
listening.
I let you. Why would I be tricking
I
you?
know
I
you
gave
read
you
it
time
for
to read
me.
it. What the
That's
heck?
the problem. I read it for myself
Okay,
and it reads differently.
what is Moses doing in this context?
God is telling Moses what to say.
Okay, what? No, what is Moses doing? Like, what's the purpose of this mission that Moses is on?
I guess that's the context before 14, right?
It's the whole story. Do you know the story of the Exodus?
I mean, I don't remember the full details to be
Okay,
honest. I
I'll
mean,
give you like a. I'll give you a quick
I know
overview.
the reason for it. I mean, the reason why he left Egypt.
Yeah, I'll give you a quick
But
overview. So Moses is being commanded by God to be sent to the Israelites to tell Pharaoh, let my people go. That's the whole point. And so Moses is saying, well, hold on, God. When I go to the Israelites and tell them then they need to follow me out of Egypt, what should I say your name is so that they'll believe me? And God says, I am who I am. Like he asks basically, what is your name? This is why he says, what is his name? What is God's name? What shall I say to them?
okay, so
God.
at what point is anything else claiming to be God?
Okay, listen. What is his? This is verse 13 at the end. It says, "What is his name? What shall I say to them?" And then 14, God said to Moses, "I am who I am." The LXX reads "ego e me." It's ego me. So it's saying
Okay,
he's
let's just keep reading.
okay. He said further, "Thus you shall say to the Israelites, I am has sent me to you." God also said to Moses, thus you shall say to the Israelites, the Lord, or in the Hebrew, Yahweh, the God of your ancestors, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, has sent me to you. Okay, great. Wonderful. And that's what Moses is supposed to say to the people.
Okay, so I mean, there's nobody else talking for God.
No, no, this is what Moses is supposed to say to the people. So
I understand that,
okay,
but
great.
God is saying,
So Moses
but God is the one talking.
So Moses is supposed to say, "Hey guys, Yahweh sent me to you. I am has sent me to you." That's what's being said here. But the issue is if we go to verse
That
2,
they wouldn't say Yahweh. I mean, that was the forbidden name.
no, it's the tetranogram. That's what it is.
Then I mean, listen, man. I've talked
How
to
is it the forbidden name?
many.
It's literally the one
They
name
won't
that
say
fits
that
internally.
name. They won't say it.
Who won't say
They
it?
won't say it.
Who won't say it?
Man, listen, I've had rabbis on my panel.
Yeah.
That's the name they won't say. They won't say that name.
Yeah, because they have certain rabbinic laws that they hold. This is not what the Old Testament says. This is actually God's name for eternity according to the Old Testament.
I understand, but it's the forbidden name.
Okay, according to rabbinic Judaism, which comes after the New
YHWH.
Testament.
What do you, huh?
Rabbinic Judaism comes after the New Testament was even written. It was established after that.
Listen, man, we're going to get back to this, okay?
All right.
I mean, Moses would have referred to him as I am.
No, so this is what I actually go over in one of my videos. So when we're talking about this context, right? When we're talking about the idea of the I am contrasted to the Yahweh, like the contrast between those two names, I am is the first person way of saying I am God, and Yahweh is the third person way of saying He is God. So if you were to say Yahweh, you're referring to someone being God. If you're to say I am, then you're referring to yourself as being God. So this is why I was actually going to quote you John 8:58, because Jesus actually claims this title upon himself.
I understand. I mean, that because, I mean, I claim that Jesus is a cult leader.
Okay. Well, we're talking about the Bible right now. Like, I mean, you can have your opinions, and that's
I
totally,
understand, but if you're going to talk about Jesus, I mean, I claim that he's a cult leader, and
Okay,
I mean,
but
obviously, he
what's
can
going to
say
be
what he
your
wants.
substantiation for that? Because my substantiation is in the Bible. What's yours?
I mean, all right, give me 1 second. I'm going to pull something up.
I got you. I got you. Also, I can give you the breakdown of the actual language if you want me to. Just like so I'm not hiding anything. I'm not trying to trick you, by the way.
Just give me 1 second.
I got you. You can get my phone on the charger, actually. There we go.
All right. Have you ever heard of the something called the bite model?
The what?
Called the bite model.
The bite model. I don't think that comes to
Yeah,
mind.
BITE.
No, I have
It's
not heard of
it's
that.
yeah, the bite model is how we is how we have come to in modern society.
Hmm.
How we categorize somebody that is in a cult or a cult leader.
Based on what methodology?
Just look it up yourself, okay? I'm going to read it to you, okay?
Okay.
I mean, I don't have 40,000 fucking hours, man. Okay.
No, yeah,
I
you're
mean,
good. I'm just asking my question.
everything is coming up randomly, in this conversation. So I can only go over so much. I don't have all the time in the world, man. It's ridiculous. All right.
Yeah,
Plus, there's
100%.
other people waiting to talk.
Yeah, for sure.
So
You can
just
drop me
be
whenever you
patient,
want.
okay? All right. No, I'm willing to go through this stuff, but I can't. I mean, you're welcome to look this up yourself. Okay. It's called the bite model. But
Okay.
I'm gonna read off the categories. Okay.
All right.
The first one is the B, behavior. Okay. This
Mm-hmm.
category explores how manipulative groups regulate and dominate their members'
Mm-hmm.
actions and behaviors through strict rules, rewards, and punishments, limiting individual autonomy.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly fits the Christian model.
How does it fit the Christian model?
Huh?
Well, I'm just curious how you think it fits the Christian model.
Well, I mean, let me read off all of them, and then we'll go to that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And then the I is information. Okay.
Okay.
Examining the tactics of manipulative organizations to control Information flow through censorship and propaganda, restricting members' access to outside perspectives.
Okay.
All right, and then we're going to get to the T, which
Okay.
is thought. Okay. Focuses on psychological techniques used by such groups to shape beliefs and attitudes, suppressing critical thinking and promoting conformity. And then
Mm-hmm.
we got the E, which is emotion. It explores how manipulative organizations manipulate emotions, fostering dependency and loyalty through love bombing, guilt, and fear based indoctrination.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're a Christian, so this stuff should sound pretty familiar.
Actually, no, it doesn't. Not most of it, actually. And I
So
think
none of that stuff hit home. None of
no,
that hit home.
no, it actually hasn't.
Well, then you're probably brainwashed. You're in a cult.
Okay, well, can you tell me how you think Christianity, Christian doctrine, ties to this in any way, shape, or form?
All right, let's start with the B, behavior. The
Okay, great.
category explores how manipulative groups regulate and dominate their members' actions and behaviors through strict rules, rewards, and punishment, limiting individual autonomy.
Hmm.
Do you? I mean, as a Christian, do you feel like you have absolute control over the things you do?
I do have absolute control over the things I do. Yeah, I do.
And then there is so, but you're not a sinner, right?
Oh, I am a sinner.
I mean, you got strict rules, right?
I mean, I have guidelines that lead my life, but I mean, I can do whatever I want. I can just go haywire if I wanted to.
Yeah, you could, but you're not going to because you don't want to go to hell.
No, that's not the reason I'm not doing them. I do it because I love God.
That is the reason.
No, it's not.
I mean, that goes to this right here.
You're
Christians need
assuming my
Satan.
reasons for why I do things. I think that's manipulative in itself.
No, I promise you. I mean, what else? What other reason would you need to
Because I love
be
someone.
a part of this religion?
Because I love God.
Huh?
Because I love God.
But why do you think you love him?
Well, I don't think I believe I love him. Like I have that knowledge of his existence and what
But
he's done for me.
why would you need to love him if you weren't scared to go to hell?
Why do you love your wife? Does she threaten to kill you?
No, not at all. I mean, I married her by choice, but I'm also not threatened with hell.
Okay, great, but you still love her, right?
Yeah, but she never
Okay,
threatened
but
me
no,
with,
but she
with
doesn't
torture
threaten
and
you. So why do you
damnation.
love her? What other reason would you have to love her?
But God has threatened you.
No, he
You have
hasn't.
this eternal
He actually
damnation.
created us.
I mean, you only have two options. You
He
only have
doesn't. He
two
doesn't.
options, right?
Hold on. God doesn't threaten us. What are you talking about?
What do you think that is?
Like threatening?
Yeah, I mean, what do you think if you have two scenarios,
Uh huh.
right? You have no other options, okay? You have two scenarios. You follow Jesus,
Hmm.
all right? And you get in, you deny Jesus, you go to hell, right?
No, I deny Jesus. I try to do things my own way, and I, end up doing
But
things my
if
own
you
way.
pass away, if
Yeah.
you pass away before you you know, pronounce Jesus as your God
Hmm.
or whatever,
Yeah.
if you deny Jesus up to your death, where do you go?
There's many different Christian interpretations. Some Christians actually believe that we do have a
I'm
choice
just
after death
asking
as
for
well.
yours.
Okay, yeah, well,
I'm
in
asking
my
for
opinion, I
yours.
do think that there is some extent of choice after death, so I don't think it all leads to just like physical death, because physical death is just going to be separation from the body and the spirit. So, like, we still exist after death.
So do you believe in hell or not?
I do.
Okay. So, I mean,
What do you think hell
how
is?
does this not control your behavior?
Because I don't love God because I don't want to go to hell. I love God because of what He's done for me and that He created me in His
Yeah, but
image.
it controls what you do
No, it doesn't.
because it's always lingering
The
in the
great
background.
theologian, the great theologian,
I don't care about
R.C.
anybody else. I'm talking to you. I'm
Okay,
talking to
I'm
you.
just giving you a quote of kind of like how Christian thought kind of
But I don't
navigates
care what
hell.
somebody else thinks. I want to hear
Okay.
what you think.
Okay, so what I think, well, I think that hell is a choice that we make. I don't think it's God saying if you don't obey me, you're going to go to hell. It's just saying,
Do you?
hey, hold on. It's just saying, um, God gave us a world to live in, and He gave us all of these awesome things to do. We decided to rebel against that, and because we decided to rebel against that, we decided to walk down the road of hell. Now, God and all of his love and
Yeah, but you're
how
saying we. I mean, are you talking about the garden? Or are you talking about
I'm
now?
talking about every single person that's ever existed. They've all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God.
Yeah, so I mean, did you sign a contract?
What do you mean?
Did you know you were going to be here but before you were born?
No, I don't have the ability to have
So
knowledge
how
before
is
I was
that a
born.
choice? How is that a choice?
Well, if you're talking about determinism, I'm a compatibilist. Compatibilist. So I do
I
believe
mean,
there's
it's like no. I mean, it's like being thrown into a snake pit. I mean,
no.
what else are you going to do? I mean, of course you're going to try to get out, right?
Oh no, the God of the universe gave me life and breath in my lungs. Whatever am I gonna do? Like what?
I mean, but he had the option to just not let you exist.
Yeah,
There's nothing
he
wrong with
had the
that.
option.
You
That's
weren't suffering.
like
You
someone
weren't
saying,
suffering.
hold on.
No, you weren't suffering. You weren't suffering.
So what?
You'll never go to hell.
I'll never exist.
Okay, I mean, but
You have to argue that it's
you're
better to not
forced to
exist. Like
exist and go through this weird scenario.
you're saying it's better to never have existed than to have to live and go to
I
hell.
mean, well, but if you didn't exist, you didn't know anything because you didn't exist.
No, like
Therefore,
what's
there's
your
no torture.
standard of like
You're
better?
never going to suffer. You're never going to have cancer. You're never going to feel pain. You're never going to die. You're never going to
Okay,
go to hell.
okay.
I mean, what is wrong with that? I mean, you just don't
No,
exist.
I'm asking you, like, what's your standard of like that being better than not existing being better than that?
So I mean, torture and damnation and suffering is better than just not existing at all.
Yeah, I'm asking you, what's your standard for that though? How do you judge that?
I mean, I like my life, but I also don't believe in heaven and hell.
Okay, that doesn't tell me how that's your standard.
Well, I mean, I don't know how I can prove it. I mean, I think morals are subjective.
Okay, so it's not
So I mean,
objectively like it's
obviously,
not
but
object. So God's not
huh?
objectively forcing you to do anything. Then it's just based on your opinion.
No, I mean, okay. What are the definitions of subjective and objective?
Yeah, so subjective is going to be to the person's first person perspective and their certain beliefs and things that they personally believe. Objective is outside of personal preference. That's what objective is defined as. So anything outside of personal
Okay, but
preference is objective.
to simplify it, subjective is mind dependent and objective is not mind dependent, right?
No, I mean you can have objective concepts that are grounded in a mind. Like morality has to be grounded in a mind, and if morality is objective, it has to be grounded in an objective mind.
Subjective is mind dependent. It's in the definition.
Yeah, great.
Okay, so why are you running from it?
I'm not
I
running
mean,
from it. I'm
objective is
saying
not mind dependent.
no.
Objective is not mind
Yeah, mind
dependent.
dependent in the sense of it's not dependent to personal preference. It's not like when you say dependent, it can mean many things. Like so, if you're talking about like a philosophical definition, like dependent usually refers to grounding and stuff like that.
If something is objective, it exists whether you know about it or not, right?
That's a great definition.
Okay, I mean, in subjective, I mean, so they're different, right? I mean, so subjective would be mind dependent. It's in the definition. I mean, you're really big on definitions.
Hmm.
I mean, you hit me on a bunch of them.
Yeah,
I
great.
mean, a
So
little bit ago.
if morality is subjective,
So why
that
are we
means
running from this
so.
one?
So if morality is subjective,
Because I have a feeling you know what I'm getting at.
no, no, yeah, that's what I'm asking you. So if morality is subjective, then how do you have any justification to impose that on anyone else other than
Okay,
yourself?
but I mean, obviously you don't know where I'm going. Okay,
Okay.
so the fact that morals are subjective, right?
Hmm.
I mean, that also means that
I
morals
don't
are
think morals are
subjective
subjective.
to God's point of view.
I don't think morals are subjective.
No, I'm telling you, our morals are subjective to God's point of view
No, they're not.
because they're mind dependent.
Morals are grounded in
Because
God's
they're
nature.
mind
That's what I
dependent.
believe.
Yeah, because they're mind dependent. God's using His
No,
mind.
it's not to God's mind, it's to God's nature. It's an objective fact of reality.
Okay, well then it's to my nature. All right, I'm not using my mind. I'm using my nature.
Okay. So it's subject to your nature. So when God has morals that are grounded to his nature, by the way, the definition of God is just going to be the grounding for everything, then the morals that ground everything are in God's nature. So they're still objective to us.
No, but they're definitionally subjective because they're mind dependent.
No, you're playing with definition. It's the
Yeah.
equivocation fallacy.
No, I'm not. I mean, you're denying that it says mind in the definition.
How does this apply to like divine figures? Are you applying this human definition to divine figures?
Oh man, I don't know. I mean, you were big on definitions. I mean, about
Yeah, but
30
like it's
minutes
called an
ago,
equivocation
and now
fallacy.
you're running from them. So I don't
I'm
know.
not running away. So it's called an equivocation fallacy, where you equivocate a definition in one sense to a definition in another sense. So when we're talking about human beings, it's going to be subjective is going to be defined.
Subjective.
Yeah.
Subjective is mind dependent.
Okay. Qua what?
So
In relation to what?
God's laws are dependent on his mind, on his
That
perspective.
definition is in relation to what?
What are you talking about? They're mind dependent.
Okay, that definition you
Subjective
gave,
is mind
subjective
dependent.
equals
Objective
mind.
is not mind dependent.
Okay.
There's a lot of Christians that I've talked to that actually have no problem with that.
Okay, well, just because other
for some
Christians don't
reason
have
you have a
problem
problem with
okay,
it.
well, just because other Christians concede to stuff, that doesn't mean I'm going to.
I mean, but it doesn't mean your God doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist in the biblical
I mean, why can't
It
they
wouldn't be
be
the same biblical
subjective?
God.
It doesn't mean that your
I'm
God
sorry
doesn't
if other
exist.
Christians don't hold to the Bible, but that's not what I'm going to do today.
The Bible doesn't say subjective nor objective.
It says that he's an objective being, and that he's transcendent, eternal, grounds everything, the creator of all things.
If I was to write a book, then obviously, I would write propaganda too.
Okay, would you be able to?
But if God is using his mind to dictate rules, those rules are subjective to his point of view.
It's part of his nature. Do you understand what something being part of a nature is?
Well, then I'm using my nature too. Okay, we'll just do that. Okay.
What does that mean? What is something being part of someone's nature or essential qualities?
I mean, I think you're going to just redefine everything because you want everything to make you feel good.
This has been Christian definitions for thousands of years. Even Thomas Aquinas gives definitions like this in philosophy.
Okay, but you keep forgetting I'm talking to you. You keep wanting to talk about everybody else.
All right. Well,
yeah, man, I don't know. Hey, I've enjoyed the conversation. I'm not mad at you, but I'm going to move on, okay?
For sure, bro. All right. God bless, bro.
Yeah, man, have a good night. Thank you.
You too.